Hello friends, I hope you learn a lot from this video. So they say every time somebody's looking for somebody, they say, oh, there's 8 billion people in this world. There's 8 billion people you could be with. Except, let me show you why that's not true. When you're finding a partner, if there's 8 billion people in the world, let's assume you want to speak the same language as them. So, even to be generous, let's say you speak a dominant language like English, Arabic, or Chinese that all have 1 billion speakers, and assuming you're monolingual, that's 6 to 7 billion people we can take right off. So there's 1 billion people in the world who speak your language. Right? Big difference between 8 billion and 1 billion. We're down by 7/8 already. Now, assuming you're a heterosexual and assuming you don't like boys and girls, we're going to have to split that 1 billion in half to 500 million. So there's 500 million people of the opposite sex who speak your language. But within that 500 million, there's people who are way too old and people who are way too young. So we're going to do the 20% age cohort. So this is people within your age range. So 20% of 500 million is 100 million. And now you have to factor in the fact that just because there's 100 million people that you might want doesn't mean that they'll want you. So you have to actually use a square root to take out the people who don't want you. So that leaves you with 10,000. So that's 10,000 people who are the same age as you, who speak the same language as you, and might actually like you. That's 10,000 people. If you're a man, it stops there. But if you're a woman, let's say you want a man who's 6'2" or higher, they're around 3.9% of the population. So 3.9% of 10,000 is 390. So if you're a woman and you speak a major language with 1 billion speakers like English, Chinese, or Arabic, there are 390 bachelors who speak the same language as you, are not too old or too young, and are tall. And let's not set ourselves short. Let's not just say we want a man who can speak the same language as us, isn't way too old or way too young, and is tall. Let's say we want a somewhat successful man. So out of the 390 men that we have, around 15%, because the rich men are old. So we're gonna about 20% of males percentage of men make 6 figures. So I'm sorry, I got lost editing. I don't know if I said this yet, but 15% of 390 is 58.5. So if you So 58.5. If you are a woman, this is the amount of men who speak the same language as you, are successful and tall, and I think that's what I said, and also desire you. Let's say 1%, 10%. Let's say only 10% of those men are actually nice and decent. You know, because a lot of them are not nice. 10% equals 5.85. So, if you are a woman, there's only 5, maybe 6 guys out there for you. I think a lot of women have crazy standards because they're really bad at math. I don't think women realize how few good options there are. We started with 8 billion. And this is being like generous, by the way. Like you could be, I don't know, French. You only speak French. And then we'll start with like 200 million instead. And then this number would be like 20%, and then you get like 20% of this. So that's if you are one of the, actually no, that's, I didn't even get into any of the compatibility or the astrology or anything. This is just the amount of nice, tall, rich men who speak the same language as you. That's it. 5.85. Be happy with what you got, dude.